Today we're taking a look at the Air Jordan 2 Chicago's. Welcome back to Kicks on Kicks, my channel where I review sneakers. It's been a minute. I've been on vacation, but I'm back and I got some pretty dope sneakers to review today. So today we're taking a look at the Air Jordan 2 Chicago's. Now, these came out last year, right after the Lost and Founds or right before. And, you know, for as much as people were talking like this was going to be a hype sneaker, it wasn't. It sat on shelves. It sat online. As a matter of fact, you can still find this shoe below retail on StockX, depending on what size you wear. And that's just because people don't like Jordan 2s, even though I think it's a pretty cool shoe. So we're going to take a look at the shoe. We're going to take a look at the packaging, and then we'll get up out of here. All right, so let's get started from the bottom up. We are looking at the standard Air Jordan 2 outsole, which, of course, this shoe came in the Chicago colorway. So we got that Varsity Red, we got your black, and you got, you know, your stark white on the outsole. Now, just inside this little area here, I guess that, what is that? The arch of your foot, basically. You got Nike branding. In the past, you've gotten Jordan branding, but because this is an OG colorway, they brought back the OG tooling. So you've got that Nike branding there, as well as your sizing kind of in this rubber right here. We'll talk about that a little bit more later in the legit checking portion of this video. So that's the outsole. Now let's talk about the midsole. So midsole on this shoe is just a straight up black Phylon midsole, like nothing special. We've seen it before, all black, which I think holds up to wear and tear pretty well, and that's dope. So very cool. Now let's move on to the upper of the shoe, where, you know, the Air Jordan 2 is supposed to kind of exude luxury. The original pairs were made with like an Italian leather, and so you've got that sort of snake skin or faux snake skin on this panel right here. And then the rest of the shoe is supposed to be like a really soft white leather. Here, it's not the case. This is a fairly, you know, rough. It feels like a synthetic leather, if I'm being honest. It doesn't even feel like a genuine or natural leather. But that's what we got on the uppers. And it's a very basic pattern, if I'm being completely honest with you. I can see why, you know, most Jordan heads do not really rock with the 2s like that. I think it's a clean silhouette, especially depending on what you're wearing it with. But it doesn't have like the style and the substance that we've seen from like later models. And even the Air Jordan 1, I feel like this is kind of a drop off from the Air Jordan 1, that iconic Nike swoosh. But anyway, big feature on the Air Jordan 2, aside from the wings logo here on the tongue, which is dope. I guess it's notable that this is probably this is the first Jordan shoe that did not have a swoosh to brand it anywhere. We do have Nike here on the back of the shoe, on the heel area, ankle area. Got this really cool red ankle or heel counter, which is dope. And this whole plastic overlay just for some stability on the shoe. Other than that, what other features are we going to talk about on this shoe? We'll talk about the laces. These come with black laces, and that's pretty much it. And honestly, man, that's the shoe. There's not really a lot to talk about with the Jordan 2. Like I said, it's a very simple design. And we can see why they had to bring Tinker Hatfield in there for the Jordan 3. But I rest my case. We'll talk about that later when I review a pair of 3s. So that's the Air Jordan 2 Chicago. Now, let's take a quick look at the packaging, because that's probably one of the cooler parts about this shoe. The box that it came in. So this is your standard Air Jordan 2 box where they do like a little die cut for the wings logo, which I think is really cool. That's really cool because the wings logo is kind of specific to the Jordan 1. Well, it's on the Jordan 1 and it's featured most prominently on the Jordan 2 on that tongue. So it's cool that the wings logo gets some shine here. And moving along to the side panel, you open up the box and just a bunch of white paper inside. But you do get this pamphlet just sort of explaining the Jordan 2 and the technology inside, how the cushioning works and all that. But let's look at the size tag. Air Jordan 2, white, varsity red, and black. I got mine in a size 9 because my true size is a 9. But let's talk about legit checking indicators because there are a few. There's one like fatal flaw, and we'll talk about it. So the first thing, the biggest thing that you're going to be able to look at to tell the difference between this, replica shoe and the authentic sneaker is on this Nike logo on the back. You can see it's kind of stamped in, it's embossed. On the retail pairs, there's actually like a little stitched box around this window, just sort of framing that Nike text logo there. We don't have that stitching here. It's just the embossed Nike sign or Nike logo and nothing else. So that's the telltale sign that this pair is not a genuine, authentic pair. But there are a couple of other things to look for as well. Like on the tongue here, I'll turn this down a little bit. On the tongue, there are some areas where the holes didn't quite get punched all the way through. You can actually like just pull that leather out with your hands, but you'll see that the hole was punched, but the leather didn't quite come out. So there's like holes missing on the shoe. You can especially see it in the light and from afar. So that's another sort of telltale sign. Now in the box, the way this shoe arrives from a retail source is actually with the first lace hole started and nothing else, just like a pair of Jordan 1s. It came laced at the bottom and that was it. That was something they did just for this pair. The original pairs they used to do that for, but some of the retros, they came laced all the way up. This pair did not come laced all the way up out of the box. And then another thing that you can look at that honestly only matters before you cut this tag off is this Air Jordan Wings logo hang tag that does come with the shoe. Doesn't come attached by this little plastic tie on the retail pairs. It actually comes attached by like a little nylon kind of stretchy string. So that's another legit checking indicator that you can look at just outside of the box. But if you're planning on wearing these, you're going to cut this off. So this isn't going to be the telltale sign. If you plan on wearing these, you're going to lace up the shoe. So that's no longer the telltale sign. So what I would go by is that heel right there, because nobody's going to add stitching to a fake shoe once they get it in hand. So that's how you can tell if somebody's trying to sell you one of these on the open market and, you want to know whether or not it's real. Like I said, these are very still readily available on the open market. While the price is below retail on StockX, by the time you pay the fees, you're pretty much paying the retail price for the shoe. But I mean, if you're going to pay for the shoe, just pay for the real thing, I guess is what I would say. But, if those, you want to go across the water, then you can go across the water for these. Now, another thing I told you to look out for, I told you that I bought these in a size 9. I actually tried these shoes on and I was surprised at how snug they fit. They did not feel roomy at all, and I had been told these were a roomier fit. Well, looking at this outsole, I told you guys you can see where the sizing is like actually stamped into the outsole. And I noticed that while the inside tag on my shoes both say that these are a size 9, the outsole actually says it's a size 8.5. So, and they fit like an 8.5. So I'm pretty sure this is a size 8.5 sneaker with size 9 tags. And that's just something that wouldn't happen on the retail shoe, or at least you would hope not. So that's something to look out for as well. But all in all, I'm just kind of excited to see a pair of 2s. You never see 2s hit the underground market, if you will. But 2s really aren't in high demand. You can get almost every pair of Jordan 2s that has come out in the last year below retail, unless it's a collab. So go ahead and do that if you're really a Jordan 2 lover. That's what I plan to do because I still like this colorway, but I can't wear 8.5. So anyway, let me know what you think of this shoe in the comments down below. I'll see you guys in another review real soon. Peace.